Hi everybody, it's Dr. Timothy McCall. Welcome to the Yoga of Tennis YouTube channel, where we use the practices and principles of yoga to help you play better tennis. Today we're going to start to unpack the domes of the hands. Now I've alluded to these a couple times already in videos, and we're going to be talking a lot more about the domes of the hands because they're so essential in gaining power and control on our ground strokes. Now you might think, because we're holding a tennis racket, that the hand position is fixed, and the fact is most tennis coaches don't really talk about the hands very much from what I've seen. But what actually you're doing is continually moving the hand, transitioning from what I call the high dome to the low dome. The body, it turns out, loves dome shapes because they're a very efficient way to spread the forces broadly. And we're trying to create a powerful kinetic chain, or what I sometimes refer to as a pranic wave, when we're hitting a shot. And if you look at the right hand, I'm right-handed, on a forehand, as we come back, the hand is moving toward the dome, and as we come forward, that right hand is transitioning to the low dome. And the key word is transitioning, because as we take the racket back, we move toward the high dome and don't get all the way there until the end of the backswing. And then as we come forward with the racket, we transition to the low dome with the maximum low dome at the moment of impact, and then we kind of relax our hand as we follow through. So high dome, low dome on the right hand of a right-handed player hitting a forehand. And so a simple yoga pose to start to work on the domes is something called namaste hands, or namaste pose. Now namaste, as you may know, is a greeting that's very commonly used in India. Translation of the Sanskrit term is something like, I bow to the divinity within you. Most people, when they do a namaste position, just hold the hands steady, sometimes kind of even pushing the hands toward each other. We're going to do something that's more of a flow between these two domes and trying to keep the hands soft. So essentially what you're doing is every time you inhale, you're slowly transitioning to the high dome position, which looks something like that, like a cupped hand. This is the dome I'm referring to inside that hand, or inside the two hands. Now, one thing to notice about the high dome position is I'm not locking the fingers. Any locking of joints is going to interfere with the kinetic chain, interfere with the pranic wave, interfere with the forces being spread broadly. In other words, the antithesis of what we're trying to achieve in tennis. Here it is again, inhaling high dome, exhaling low dome. Knuckles moving away from each other's, fingers remaining soft, tips of the fingers touching. Exhaling, moving the knuckles toward each other. Notice when I get to the low dome position where the knuckles are just touching or almost touching, that the fingers remain soft. In other words, I'm not getting too tight with the fingers because that tightness interferes with the chaining. Now, you might think, well, I'm holding a racket. I can't be doming when I'm holding the racket. But if you look at pictures or videos of the pros playing, you'll notice that oftentimes in the backswing, they're kind of cradling the racket, holding it very lightly as they dome their hand. And then they flatten it as they come forward. So that's the doming of the right hand in the forehand, And we'll be using it in other strokes as well, but I'm just illustrating on the forehand to start. And then namaste hands again. Inhaling, doming, exhaling, low dome. Inhaling, high dome, exhaling, low dome. Now if your fingernails are long, you may want to cut them. Or just come close to the tips, but obviously you can't go to the full high dome because the nails will prevent you from doing this. Get familiar with this movement of the hands, which will turn out to be so important in the movement that the hands make in our tennis shots. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also help us spread the word by clicking the bell icon to be notified when future videos are published. Thanks so much. Take good care. Namaste.